You got me and Sneako crying on stream right now. Oh my god, yo, I'm so sorry, bro. You were banned on every single platform.
Except I got Twitter back, thank you to Elon, and I always kept my Instagram.
Why are you watching my stream if you want me to calm down?
Andrew was telling me, like, you got to play the game, G. You got to play the game. And Fresh was saying, like, yo, Sneako, you got to relax. I don't want to abide by these rules.
One of my inspirations is MrBeast. And you actually worked with him for a while.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Are you in a relationship right now?
Yeah, you could say so.
Are you in one relationship?
You could say that.
It sounds like an open relationship.
You could say that. I'm loyal to my girlfriends.
No, but like you're monogamy.
Welcome to the Vibe Show. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. And today, we have a very special guest on the podcast.
Sneako!
Sneako in the building.
Thank you for having me. It's good to finally be here.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Big fan of the show. Nice to meet you, Lana.
Nice to meet you.
Formally on
Honestly,
podcast.
you just popped up in Dubai out of nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't really that planned. I think about thinking about moving here and maybe extending my trip. Myron's here for the first time from Fresh and Fit, and he's a sand person, so he was thinking about moving here too. Oh, so we're already falling in love with it.
I feel like everyone's moving to Dubai right now. It's like it's
who else is moving here?
I mean, Tate, kind of Andrew Tate. Before he left, I think if he gets out, he's definitely moving to Dubai.
Yeah, I don't think he should have went back.
But I'm gonna do a quick introduction, guys. For those of you that don't know Sneako, he's one of the most influential live streamers, I'd say, right now. Paving the way for how do you say it? Like, what's your
for streaming in the canceled era? In the era, see, I would say thank you for saying that. That's a big compliment. But even the fact that I got wiped from most platforms, that I'm still being able to have that title is a testament to how you can survive and still tell the truth. So
talking about it, you started streaming early on. Obviously, right now, for those that don't know, Sneako's
no, not really. I only started streaming about 7 months ago. But I was doing.
As in you were making videos when you were
I was making YouTube videos for a decade. Yeah.
Yeah. So you started out making tons of videos, but recently you were banned on every single platform.
Except I got Twitter back, thank you to Elon, and I always kept my Instagram. I almost got it deleted a couple times, but I got verified at the right time. But every other platform.
Oh, you kept your Instagram.
Yeah.
All right. So banned on most platforms.
Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you.
Did you ever like talk to any of these big CEOs?
No, they just delete you. They don't email you. They just wipe you.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, I talk to the Chris from Rumble pretty much every day. He's asking me for suggestions. He just added better features to the chat. He's like, he really wants to make Rumble as good as possible and make it more Gen Z friendly. Have you been on Rumble at all?
I've seen it.
You've seen it, but you don't really use it. So we're trying to make it more accessible for Gen Z because right now it's mostly conservatives. Basically, everybody, MAGA, all the Trump people in America have been on Rumble for a long time because you can't speak about anything conservative that's not liberal on the internet without getting deleted. So they're all on there, but it's getting better.
You don't think they'll like add restrictions? Because I heard they were adding some restrictions to Rumble even.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I heard they were trying to.
What did you hear?
As in, like they were trying to censor them or try and tell them be a bit more strict on your content guidelines.
Where did you hear that?
I saw a video about it online. I'm saying it could be factual.
Is he just spreading fake news right now? Because I don't want you to say that. I haven't heard a word about that.
I mean, I saw somewhere, maybe from like advertisers.
News source. I don't even find out stuff he tells me.
I'm going to say that's fake news. Rumble's a place for free speech. I talk about everything, and I talk to Chris every day, and there hasn't been any problem. So I think that's, I mean, of course, there's some limitations. You can't really talk about what they're doing on the island, specifically, stuff like that. I know that, but other than that, go ahead.
I have a question, honest question, all right? And I want you to be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Do you regret anything?
No.
No. Like genuinely, deep down, would you do anything? Like, because here's the thing, you got kicked off of YouTube, let's say. Would you ever like say if they told you like just ease it down 10% and you'll keep
they were all telling me that. I was in Romania about a week before, and Andrew was telling me like you got to play the game, G. You got to play the game. And Fresh was saying like, yo, Sneako, you got to relax. Bradley Martin said, Sneako, you got to chill out. Everyone said, chill out, chill out, chill out. But that just made it so that I was just like, I don't want to abide by these rules. I don't like having these limitations. I'm just going to say what I think is true. So I think it was inevitable for it to happen. And I like the fact that I can be an influential streamer regardless of having access to mainstream platforms. The fact that I can go and pave the way and show people, look, there's an opportunity. You can go to another platform. You don't need to worry about cancellation, especially if you rely on this full time. Of course, if you're older and you have if you have different businesses, then cancellation is not that big of a deal, right?
Yeah.
But I grew up doing this. This is what I do. This is content creation, and I stuck to what I believed in. So no, I don't regret doing it at all. Of course, I probably could have played it safer, but then it's not as fun. It's not as genuine. I was just you just met Carlos over there. He was canceled for for going to a party with Andrew and Tristan. He was a CEO of some esports company, and I'm not sure which one it is. He was just telling me about it. And they told him to apologize and to denounce misogyny just for associating with the people that he was associating. Denounce misogyny, as if he was ever pro-misogyny.
Yeah.
That never happened. But instead of doing that, he decided, you know what? No, I'm not going to. And now the way he's talking, he has a level of freedom now. Same thing with Ye. And I like Ye for exposing the red media.
Yeah.
And that's why I support Ye24, because when you get canceled and when you lose the accessibility of these mainstream platforms, you're a free man now. You don't have to listen to them. It's over. They already took it away. Now what? Now you're not living with the cloud of like, what is this okay? Is this bad? Is this good? You could be free.
So obviously, you know Andrew Tate. When did you first talk to Andrew?
I think I was talking to Tristan more, and then Tristan sent me a message. Andrew sent me a message from Tristan's phone, and that was back in last summer.
And then from there, like obviously you went to Romania at one point, right?
Yeah, back in October, late September.
So obviously knowing him, like how was your relationship with him? Because I've actually seen you speak. Like what I like in that sense, like you've never just been an ass kiss for him. Like I remember one time you made a video like, yo, Andrew Tate made me pay for my private jet. Like, yo, you know, I saw you make that video. So you never just.
I wasn't trying to. Some people said that I shouldn't have said that. You're like exposing things, but I was just being honest. Like, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I like. So I want, as in you hanging around with him, like how is he as a person? Because I've seen him a couple of times. I feel like he's a nice guy, genuine.
You probably thought the same thing. He's a nice guy. See, that's the same thing. This is why they should free him, and why it's very important to look at the characteristics of, and also how everybody who's around him, how they say they are as a person. And everybody says he's a nice guy. Everybody says he's a gentleman. He's respectful. I'm sure he was respectful when he was here off the camera too.
Yeah, he was respectful.
Shakes everybody's hand, looks you in the eye. But when Epstein gets in trouble, everyone's like, yeah, creep, weirdo. Yeah, no, like he did it. Everyone believes it automatically, but everybody who's been around is saying that they're good people.
And obviously, you saw the recent thing they came out with, like there were some scripts between the girls. They were planning this whole thing.
They should let them free just based off that. It's been almost 2 months now, and there's no evidence, and they're still locked up. I think it's a giant human rights violation. I think it's pretty disgusting that you can keep somebody in a cage for that long in solitary confinement, take all their cars away with absolutely no evidence. And even then, the victims came out, like they were communicating back and forth saying that they wanted to go sell the story to Netflix. I think it's absolutely disgusting, and I think everybody should apologize. That is saying that they are bad people. And they should let them out immediately. But if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I think they're going to try to keep extending it. They have 180 days.
Yeah, I think 6 months is what they can legally keep.
Which is incredible. That's like, it's really, Romania is on the global stage right now, and their reputation is going to shit. Look, they're keeping them for that long with no evidence, and in any other country they would be free by now. You can't just keep somebody locked up without any evidence.
Have you been in contact with them since the whole jail thing? Like,
I'm speaking to the team, and we want to make sure that the image is not ruined. The reputation isn't ruined by all the leftists and all the woke people who are extremely happy that they're in jail right now. And we just want to make sure that people remember what the message was really about, what Andrew and Tristan are trying to spread. So it's not about anything negative. If you actually look at their tenets and what they believe in, it's all positive. And we need to keep that message alive because they're trying to slander them right now. Vice News, all the woke media. It's embarrassing, frankly. Like the fact that they're trying so hard to make it seem like they're terrible people, but everybody who's met them, everybody who knows them, everybody who listens to them knows that what they spread is positive.
The message, the message behind it is positive. Anyways, moving on. I kind of want to know, like, what is your plans? Because, you know, I think you got put into that whole, like, Andrew Tate situation. Everything's, like, focused right now on this whole Top G era, Andrew Tate. But, like, personally, like, what does Sneako want to stand for?
My motto is seek truth through funny. I got into this because I like entertaining. I like conversation. I like to I think what you have to figure out the truth by relating to people and having conversation with people.
Yeah.
I think if you're not able to sit down and talk to different people, if you're not funny, if there's no relatability, then you are a liar. There's something false about you. That's when you listen to politicians like Kamala Harris, for example, and they just like, like they're just laughing at weird times. They communicate like aliens, or like Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, thank you for not deleting me off Instagram, but he's like, hello.
Yeah, they call him a lizard, right?
I'm Mark Zuckerberg, and this is Meta. It's just, what do you like? If you're not funny, then I don't believe you.
If you could have a conversation with your younger self, what would be like one piece of advice you give yourself? Because I feel
what
like,
age?
What's that?
What age?
Let's say you talk to like 14-year-old Sneako.
14-year-old Sneako. That was when I was I was fully about the message that I'm talking about now. Actually, 14-year-old, there were a couple of years when I went off on different tangents and I was doing street interviews or I was doing different like cinematics. But when I was 14, if you look back to the videos I was making, it was just me, camera, mic, and I'm saying like, you just got to go and get it. We just have to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to work a job. I want to make it out. I'm not going to go and let the 9 to 5 trap me. You got to believe in yourself. You got to really do it. If you watch when I was talking about feminism, when I was 14, that's when I was talking exactly about what I'm talking about now. And it was just more immature, but I had a better vision then before being corrupted by social media and the liberal world than I did when I was like 19, 20. So 14-year-old me, I would say, keep going, man. Don't get distracted. Do exactly what you're doing. You're on the right path. It's too bad they deleted me because there's all these videos and they're on the Creativity Kit now, thecreativitykit.com. That's where I put all the old videos because it was great to look back at my channel and see me grow up in real time. I went through puberty on my YouTube channel. I really treated it like a diary. It was great to look back and see my progression and see what I was thinking in different times of my life. I scripted. I was always talking. You can really get, it was like a character study to see how somebody evolved over 10 years, investing all of his time into speaking and trying to be funny and entertaining and making different videos. And the fact that they terminated that, they really deleted part of me.
Moving on, this is actually something that I genuinely, this is one of my biggest questions I had for you. One of my inspirations is MrBeast.
Yeah.
And you actually worked with him for a while.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time, since I was 14. I've known him for a decade now.
How did that happen? How did you...
We were both making Call of Duty videos at the same time. We were both making Call of Duty commentaries. And it's funny, you could still see it. I know he probably archived a lot of them, but we used to just play Call of Duty and then talk. And there was this era back on YouTube back in the day where it was just Call of Duty commentaries. You'd play the game and then you talk about a subject.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to
How
play
old are you, 24, 25?
Me, I'm 27 now.
27?
When I was like
yeah,
15,
this generation, like we all doing that. And so, yeah, he would be in my comment section. I was watching his videos. And then we both branched off. I went like the political route. I was trying to talk about social commentary and, you know, things that were going on. And he went more YouTube algorithm type content.
Yeah,
so
like,
we went on two different paths. Obviously, one is much better for longevity and you keep your platform.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see back then. And yet there's videos surfacing of him saying like, I love Sneako's videos, you know, like,
really?
Yeah, like you could see him predict. He made a video saying top 5 YouTubers who I think are going to be successful in the...
When was this? Like recently or?
No, way back in the day, back in the Call of Duty era, yeah. And I underestimated him back then because I didn't see the potential of the family friendly type content. It's just, that's not what I watch. You know, I don't watch YouTube really.
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. That's not your thing. So you guys actually met on Call of Duty or the like YouTube Call of Duty?
We met
scene?
through like comment sections.
No way.
Yeah, we were meeting through comment sections and we spoke on Twitter. And then he bought me a flight back when I was in college, when I was still in the Matrix, doing a degree I didn't care about.
Yeah.
And I went and worked for him in North Carolina. And then I really saw how it was possible to be a content creator. He changed my mind. He was the first person to really, if you talk to him off camera, he'll like talk about all this Matrix stuff just in different terms. I remember going to restaurants and stuff like that. And he was just so rich at 19. He had an entire company. He had a warehouse, people working for him. And it wasn't even, I didn't even think it was possible to do that with YouTube. I just saw YouTube as a way to turn on a mic and camera and speak once in a while. He had systems in place. He had employees. He was running it like a bit, and I'm just like, this is the potential of YouTube. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, you drop out of school.
Yeah.
He told me just that blatantly, yeah, drop out. Like, why would you go to school and get student loan debt to go and be an intern? I was a TV and film major. Like, why would you go and do this when you can just, YouTube is the future. Like, very clearly, like nobody, do you watch TV? And I'm like, no, I don't watch TV. So why are you going to try to work for TV? But work for YouTube. YouTube is the future. Google owns YouTube. It's downloaded on every single phone. He was telling me all this and I'm like, you're right. It's like, why would you want to be part of this when you can go do it yourself? And that changed my whole perspective and I ended up dropping out the next year.
Yeah, I feel like MrBeast is the only guy till now that kind of showed how YouTube is even possibly bigger than Netflix, bigger than every other platform. Like
he was getting offers from Netflix and all this back then, and I was still plugged in. I'm like, why don't you go and try to get a Netflix? He's like, why would I get Netflix when I can make my own show?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, because it's Netflix, but it doesn't matter. It's a phone screen. It's on your laptop. There's no difference just on a website.
Yeah.
You have all the creative control on YouTube. So, well, you can't speak about certain things, obviously.
Yeah, except on your case, you know.
Not all the creative control, but you are in charge of what there's no middleman. It's you.
Yeah, but recently, talking about YouTube, I don't know if you saw this. Look, I might just be spreading fake news right now. I don't know. But I just couldn't be. But I think this is true. But I think Susan is stepping down, right?
No, she is stepping down. Finally.
So do you think now Susan's stepping down? You might,
No,
just
the new CEO is a guy who he's the reason that the dislike button was removed from YouTube.
that's a bad thing.
That's
actually.
that's a terrible thing.
That's a terrible thing.
Basically, this new CEO is not much better. I know it's fun to say losing. She was the reason that myself and a lot of people got deleted. I think she's the face of a lot of bad policies, and she prioritized ad revenue over what made YouTube great in the first place. Well, the reason you started making YouTube videos was that it was a place where you could just express yourself. There was all different types of videos. Remember, you could watch a movie in full on YouTube. I know that's probably not the
I
best
used to watch
idea.
like South Park and stuff, like just.
I used to watch Family Guy. I used to watch everything. YouTube was the place, people dying. It was a wild.
You like put it on, eat your dinner, just.
I was watching people watching Taliban videos eating dinner, and then they got rid of all of it.
Wait, what?
No, I'm joking.
Wait, I'm very confused about that.
Yeah,
one.
I don't know what I just heard.
It's a joke. But yeah, YouTube was all about advertisers because of Susan. But this new CEO is not going to make anything better. But maybe I'm wrong. And if you want to bring me back, I would happily. I mean, Rumble's better, but I would open up a new account.
Can I ask you some questions about your like general upbringing? Like,
Sure.
how was your life? Like, how was your childhood days at school? Like, what type of kid were you at school?
I wasn't the best student. I cheated on my tests a lot. I had trouble focusing. I have trouble focusing on stuff that I don't care about, and they classified that as ADHD. So they put me on pills and stuff like that when I was pretty young. When I was 11, I was prescribed Adderall and stuff like that, and they said I was fidgety, and they always said I had problems, and I would cheat on my tests a lot. But when I was younger, when I was like 7, 8, I was like ahead of my class. I was like doing all the homework quickly. I was good at the math problems and all that. But then as I started getting older, I had a really difficult time trying to care about stuff that was obviously pointless. We were outside of school for a long time. When's the last time you used the Pythagorean theorem?
Yeah, never.
Never. Not
Yeah.
once. When's the last time you've had to write the information that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell?
But here's the thing. I'd say this, right? I'm very much like you. I dropped out of university, didn't
Nice.
continue studying. But I think at least primary school and to an extent secondary school is good, because I know as much as most of the things seem useless, I think it does teach us discipline, as in show up every single day at a certain time. And I think when we're so young, it's like if you left us at home, we wouldn't even do anything. And by the way, I'm very much against higher, not against, but I think it's pointless unless you want to be a doctor, you want to be like a certain
Engineer
field where you
or
actually need to learn.
architect and-
But in that case, I do feel like, all right.
No, it's important to go to school, but there's just a big waste of time. Like, why didn't they teach us about credit
Or about
how
money? Yeah, exactly.
How to file your taxes. Basic
Yeah.
things that I had to do, or how to get an attorney if you need one. Stuff that is actually useful in adult life. They don't tell you about making an LLC.
Yeah.
They don't tell you about how money really goes places, or what place to move if you want to avoid paying too much in taxes. There's all the stuff that you would need, because the whole point of school is so that you can make money. But they don't teach you how to make money. They teach you a bunch of useless information to keep you occupied and keep you out of the streets.
Yeah, that definitely feel like there needs to be a change in curriculum somewhere. Like even it's a sense like I think a lot of places have, I guess, tried to introduce like even like social media courses and stuff.
Did you know Elon Musk has his own school?
Exactly. I was gonna say
I'm
Elon,
so curious to see that.
Ye has his own school at Dawn
Kanye West
Academy.
too.
No way.
But has anyone been there? Like, is it running?
It's an active school. He spends a lot of time working on it, and it's futuristic. They try to incorporate the Bible and singing, and it's more community based, and they try to follow people's inspirations. It's more creatively focused.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go. But also, I wouldn't put my kids in public school in America anymore. This is a big reason why Dubai is very appealing for a lot of Western people. Is have you seen what they're doing in public schools in America?
No.
They have drag queens teaching classes. They have the LGBT pride flag everywhere. It's the woke nonsense is infiltrating everything. So I would not let my kids.
The
be
world
there.
is definitely going in a weird direction. But talking about that, you just recently.
You started a course, I think, right?
Yeah.
What is it about?
The Creativity Kit is a place where I teach content creation, but I have 7 millionaire professors that do lessons every single day. And it's a community of people who want to make it out and we're teaching like wealth creation methods online.
Is that your main source of income right now?
That's one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you close to your family? Because I haven't really seen anything about your family.
Yeah, we're close. I mean, yeah, I would say so.
You got brothers, sisters?
I have a younger brother, older sister, and my parents are still together, which is rare. In America, like people's parents are never together anymore.
Okay, but are you still do you still talk to them regularly? I just kind of want to see like upbringing, how because you're making videos when you're young. Like, were they supportive of that?
They didn't really, yes and no. I mean, the stuff I talk about is very polarizing, so there was always some back and forth about my beliefs. And I would say it was supportive in a sense, like, yeah, go ahead, do it. But like dropping out of school, that was a big no-no for my parents. They didn't.
Yeah.
What age did you drop out?
I was 19 or 20.
Okay.
I was 19 or 20, and then I just went on my own, started paying my rent and everything like that, and just fully focused on that. But they didn't want me to do that. But yeah, I would say they were supportive.
Generally,
but there's a lot of ideological differences. They don't agree with a lot of what I talk about.
Relationships.
Okay.
Obviously, I've seen you talk a lot about, I guess, relationships, your relationships, some crazy. I've never heard anyone else talk like you have about relationships. Number one, are you in a relationship right now?
You could say, yeah, you could say so.
Okay,
you could say so.
That was all right. Maybe like it was a.
No,
okay.
you could
you
say so.
don't sound sure, man. What the hell?
You could say so.
It's either I'm not gonna tell you yes,
or
no.
Like,
I don't even know what that meant. It's like maybe.
You know,
Are you okay? Are you in one relationship right now?
you could say that. You could say that.
You just did not sound sure at all.
Yo. So you there's something.
It sounds like an open relationship, like the way you're answering the question. Just
You could say that. You could.
Okay.
Hypothetically.
elaborate.
Okay, I want you to elaborate
You
because
need to
obviously,
tell us.
when we talk about open relationships, or is it open on both sides?
No, that doesn't work.
Okay,
That doesn't work.
and I want to get into this because
Okay.
obviously,
There's mosquitoes in here, man.
really,
Yeah,
no, there
sorry.
definitely no mosquitoes here. There are
Yeah,
really.
she's nodding. I swear I'm not just getting nervous from these questions. I'm like scratching myself like,
You're like, yo,
yeah,
relationships.
kinda, a little bit. Yeah,
Shit.
open relationship. No, I'm kidding. Bit.
So okay, in that sense, talk to me because obviously, what I know is you were in a relationship, a long-term relationship before.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of relationships.
What was your longest relationship?
Couple years, 2 years, something like that.
Was that like the first one or the second one?
There was one a year. Some of them are on and off, so it's hard to say how long it was.
Okay, and I want to say this because obviously the way you treat your relationships, I've said it. You said you can basically do whatever you want in the relationship. From the girl's side, it's a no.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean you can do whatever you want?
You can, at a certain point, that you can start exercising your options.
No, like, so you don't sound sure.
What do you mean, no?
So when you're with that girl, you're not sure that you want to be with that girl.
No. I think the most idealistic relationship is you have a main girl, or maybe 2 wives, 3 wives, and then sometimes you can exercise your options.
No.
And I want to say,
Are you saying I'm no to the
No,
relationship?
I
or?
don't agree with what you just said. That's weird.
look, I'm just saying this, all right?
But see, the reason I'm being
Exercise your options.
see, okay, the reason I'm being kind of iffy about answering
Can't
this.
you exercise without having that many?
I'm questioning my perspective on this a lot recently. I think that like casual sex is a big waste of time. And a lot of this is chasing nothing. And you're seeing what happened to Tate with these random girls that he was flying out. You know, they go behind your back and they try to get money from you. So is it really worth spending time, and like, is it even really worth exercising those options? I've been considering that a lot recently. Like, should I even be engaging in casual sex? Should I be just because I have the opportunity to do it, is it really worth it? The point of sex is procreation. The point of relationships is to get married and to be together for a while. So maybe I'm starting to doubt even doing that.
No, my thing is, and I'd say maybe, right? It's not about like, my problem is with your I guess your thought about it. It's not like I don't want to do this because it's a waste of time. Maybe I don't want to do this because it's not right.
Not right for who? For the girl or for God?
I mean, in both senses, I think.
Yeah, there's a good point.
You know, as in like, okay, I'd say one thing. I get this whole like, look, I'm a guy, I get it. This whole like wave of like, oh, it's cool, like, I can get anyone, and because I'm the superior, blah blah, whatever. But I'd say, don't you think? And I look, I get it. There must have been a time, maybe, all right. Maybe you can agree with me. You can say it. Maybe in your life where you did try and commit to someone and it didn't turn out the best, and you just told yourself, you know what, I'm not going to give my heart to a girl anymore. It was a waste of time.
No, that's not it. This is why a lot of people, they say like, you must have been hurt, you must have been heartbroken. This is you always get that question. Like, have you been heartbroken? Is this the reason why? The reason that I believe in I don't believe in monogamy is just there's times where you're not. You have then desire to go and exercise your options, and it has nothing to do with your girl. Just because if I'm gonna be with another girl for a weekend or something like that, if we go on a couple dates, it has nothing to do with how much I love my girlfriend at all.
Okay.
For the girl, for her to do that, it's completely different. That is cheating. She has to have a certain separation of her emotions, something like that. There's a reason why she's doing it. But for me, I was in relationships in college and in high school, and then she'd be away for a week or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, she's not here. You know, there's other girls around. The reason that I'm not doing that is because of some weird, it has nothing to do with her. She's not going to find out about it. And if I go and sleep with another girl, doesn't mean I love her any less.
I get it, but I'd say in that case, why not just tell them? Because I feel like...
Because they can't handle the truth. Women can't handle it. Like, even right now, hold on. You hear the reason why? I told her what I wanted in a relationship, and Alana went, no. Like you were like rejecting my idea of relationships. It's like, no, like it's not about.
No.
It's not about you accepting it.
I'm just like, I'm telling my opinion. I'm not like.
No, but okay, look, I get it. You're saying they won't accept it, right?
I think women don't like generally they don't like that.
Okay, fine. Let's say, for example, they, like you said, they don't accept the truth. But say, for example, in that case, because I think people lie because they're scared.
Well, so you have an understanding. There's no point in just cheating behind the back, but they don't want to know the gritty details about everything.
No. But look, I generally think that people lie because they're scared. If you weren't scared, you'd never lie. And in a sense, okay, I get it. They don't want to know the truth.
I never said anything about lying. Lying's wrong.
As in, even when you don't tell someone something and you're doing it.
So if she asked you, are you cheating on me? Well, are you going to say yes or no?
Well, it's not cheating. There's an understanding. Like, this is what I do. I'm going to be away for a while. I'm going to be in Dubai, and I might spend some time
with another girl?
But would she accept like that you do all these?
She
things?
wouldn't ask that question because she wouldn't want to put herself in that scenario. But she understands that this is what you do.
Like, okay, fine. Leave the girl asking. Would you not tell them, hey, I was just in Dubai. I had an affair with another girl. Look,
I had an affair?
Because
honestly,
honestly speaking, and this is something that I firmly believe in. I swear, like off camera, I genuinely believe this. I've had people, very successful millionaires, billionaires, wives, do the same thing, not monogamous, have multiple girlfriends. And I swear, I've seen this multiple times, and they always think they're winning. I promise you, I've had people, wives, girlfriends on the side, no one knows. And every single time, the wife has been cheating behind their back too.
How do you know?
I've seen it.
You saw them cheating?
Look, I don't want to get into that.
Did you do it?
No, definitely not.
Oh,
never.
okay.
I'd never get into a relationship with someone that's committed into another relationship. But as in, look, I've seen it happen multiple times. All right. Then later on, they've got divorced. Maybe 5 years later, they found out, etc., etc. And I think, okay, to a certain extent, I think if you have a low value woman, she might stay with you. But I think if you have someone that's just high up there, just as much as you are, they would never accept that.
So you're saying a high quality woman cheats out of revenge?
No. I'm saying as in, like, let's say the girls that are, let's say, low value, fine, you might cheat on them. They might not do anything. They might cheat back. Great. But I think if you genuinely have a high value woman, right? A good girl, right? As in, you couldn't cheat and get away with it. Either you're lying to them because you know you're going to lose them, or as soon as they find out, they're going to leave you and they have better options. That's my opinion. And I think in that case, you would either lie to them because you don't want to lose them. Because, look, in a sense that, okay, if you have a great girl, Sneako, why wouldn't you just tell them, hi, listen, I want to have another girl. I'm going to go on holiday. Why would you not just be open about it?
You are. That's what the understanding is.
But no, you're saying I'm going to do it and then I'm not going to tell them because they can't handle the truth. But honesty.
No, you're just not overly. You're not going to be like, "Yo, babe, look at the girl I was in Dubai
but they should
with."
know that this is something you're doing because they're trusting you.
That's exactly what it is. There's an understanding. This is what the relationship is, and you probably don't want to ask all the gritty details about it. And I should keep it separate and not show it in your face. And if you provide that type of relationship, she's not going to be asking too many questions.
As they know, I think that's like they know.
Yeah, of course they know.
All right, that's it. That's my point. As in, like,
I'm not advocating for cheating.
As in, not like, hey, I love you, I'm super loyal to you, and then blah blah. Oh, she should have known.
Believe me, it means like the world to like most girls. Like loyalty is so important for them.
Look, because I think the second you break that, it's gone. It's done.
Like when
as in, like, let's say the reverse happened. Your girl like did something you didn't know about it. You can forgive. It's never gonna be the same.
It depends on the girl's intentions too. Look, if a girl doesn't really want you, they don't give a shit. Like, you can do whatever you want. If they have other intentions with you, if it's not that they want to be with you for the rest of your life, they want to be serious with you, they wouldn't care. And that's when, like, they're like, okay, do whatever you want. But a girl that wants you, she wants to keep you to herself. And she will protect you. She will fight for you. that's a girl you want to keep.
Right,
you
but
know?
if you are a good enough husband or boyfriend, she's going to put up with things that you want to do too. That's not going to be the deciding factor.
But she don't want to share you.
No, of course she doesn't.
Of course.
She will put up with it, but as long as there's transparency and honesty.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Maybe
we are agreeing on honesty.
We
Yeah,
live,
no,
we
that's
live
the
in a
thing. For me, it's just
versatile
about
world, though.
honesty, yeah.
I mean, I've seen cases of girls like cool with that.
But there's a difference between lying and having a mutual understanding.
Yeah,
If
no,
she
that's
knows better than to ask me that question in the first place, that's the understanding you want to have with your girl. I'm going to be in Dubai for a week. You know what I'm going to be capable of doing. You better not ask questions about it.
I'd say
you're going to make yourself upset.
Look, in a sense, the person who's gonna hook up with you, they're gonna know because you talk about it publicly. All right, so as in that sense, yeah, I'm talking about other guys like you. Okay, she's gonna watch a podcast. You're saying I'm not monogamous, blah blah. In your sense, it's fine, you know. As in, I don't think your girlfriend watching this is gonna think right now.
The same philosophy applies. Even if you talk about it on a podcast, you should have the same conversation with her. I'm gonna be in Dubai. I might spend time with the girl and take her out while I'm away.
Yeah.
Of course, I love you, and it doesn't change anything about how I view you. And I'll be back home soon, and then I'll see you soon, baby. I'll bring you some sand from the desert.
Just some sand. You could do better. Actually, a question: in a relationship, do you generally spend on your girlfriend?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm not out here buying Fendi and Birkin bags and a bunch of materialistic stuff. I don't like girls that are into that.
You spoke about this, so I have to bring it up. You had a certain relationship, and I've heard you said like I was cheating on my girlfriend before or something, and you let your girlfriend have an affair with another guy in front of you.
No, I used to go to swinger parties with the girl.
What is a swinger party? I don't
Swinger
know
party is like when couples swap and do stuff like that. It's like a sex party.
Okay. And was that a girl that you were actually in a relationship with properly?
Yeah.
But I heard you say because I was doing stuff, I kind of let them do stuff back or something along those lines. You said because I had an affair with other women, I felt it wasn't fair, so I let her.
No, I thought it was guilty, and I thought that this would be a good way to go and try to have an open. But it's just it didn't work.
Well, was that because there was problems in the relationship because of what you had done? Did you feel like that was gonna fix it?
No, that wasn't. It was also just like a genuine curiosity thing. Like, hey, let's go to these sex parties. Like some couples invited us. Like, oh, let's go check it out. And then also, I thought that I'm stepping out a lot of the time, and it's making her upset. This might be a way to go and build some trust. But it doesn't work. I think the girl needs to be completely loyal to you. She's busy writing.
Yeah,
busy questions on there.
That question,
She's doing more. The girl over here is doing more interviewing than them two over here. She's here like
she's like, all right, there's a question that she's really consistent on.
Okay, why is loyalty different for men and women? Is that the question?
Why don't you sit down and join us? You're asking more questions than them.
Yeah, he's getting roasted behind the camera. We have Yasmin like writing down. Ask him this. Put him on the spot.
I keep trying to talk, and then their eyes are like, oh, no card. Like, it's hard to communicate.
I'm not asking that question. She's like,
I was like, bro, do I ask this question?
We need to turn the camera on her. So just it's okay.
Why is loyalty different from men to women?
Because sex is more emotionally involved for a girl. Like you need to be in love. There's you're sharing something more. You're the one being you're letting somebody enter you.
Yeah.
It's more, we all know this, but guys, like I can go sleep with a girl and it has no emotional attachment at all. Ideally it should. And this is why I'm starting to reconsider. Ideally it should have more of that, but I don't have the same sort of like, once you're done having sex with a girl, it's just like, it's just, okay, time to, gotta go put on my shoes and get out of here.
Yeah. I think, that is the case for a lot of people. I don't know. Girls might, I don't know. What do you reckon?
But you said you're starting to feel different nowadays. Like, so does that mean like you want to get serious like with one girl or like what's this whole outlook you're going to have in the future relationship? What do you want now? Like,
I think ideally having 2 or 3 wives would be the perfect situation for me.
So you want to have 2, 3 wives?
Yeah, I think 2 or 3, and then having them because then you get rid of that boredom aspect, and because the monogamy one thing is just you just get bored of one girl, and it has nothing to do with her, and it has nothing to do that she's not perfect, you don't love her. It's just the same, and also being tied to her and feel like you have to be with her. I start to dread that and like resent her, like she's here all the time.
But you just said that you're gonna get bored, so you will get bored of your 2 or 3
No,
wives
then
too.
you go back and forth. You get bored of one, you go to the other.
Okay, so you're gonna have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like, and
3.
just go like.
And just go back or just on the same day, you know? It's harder to get bored of 2 or 3, especially if you're in a committed relationship with them. I don't see the boredom thing. I see that solving it pretty easily.
But you know that you're gonna have to let the first wife know that you're gonna get the second wife, and the second.
I want to live in all one big house.
So they're gonna be best friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, that's the thing.
I don't want it to be secret. I want them. I want to be one big family.
Okay, so y'all go out together.
I think that's what we're trying to say. As long as there's transparency, you're good to do what you want to do.
I'm totally for that. I think as long as the honesty is there, like, I feel like, it makes sense.
Yeah. But actually, okay, I want to go back because obviously we got interrupted by a question. I feel like with that certain situation, that affair you had and you tried to make it right, I feel like there's hope. Like, as in, like, you genuinely wanted to do something.
Yeah,
good.
I wanted to make it right. I wanted to. I care about the girl's feelings, like the girl that I'm with. It matters a lot. The guilt has got to me a lot, like the crying and the why you don't love me. I'm like, well, I do, and I'm just trying to explain how it's something that I've actively tried to
fix.
And
I want you to be genuinely honest with me. No one wants their girlfriend to like hook up with someone else, like especially watching it.
I thought it was fine. I thought like we were swapping with a couple. I thought it'd be, it would be fair or something like that. But
deep down, be honest.
No, but you said he said it before.
No, like, how did you feel in that situation?
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah,
it was the worst. But I thought it'd be fair too. I've done 3. We're getting really fucking. You guys really want to hear? Well, okay. I've done a lot of threesomes, and the girls actually liked watching it. And she's been able to see the girls that I've done threesomes with. They enjoy that experience, and I've been very open about stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, it's just sex. I used to have this idea that it's just sex. It doesn't matter that much. It's just like bodies or whatever. But sex has a much more spiritual and emotional connection than we give it credit for in the woke world.
So that's the thing. I want to say, now that you realize that, like, because obviously you said that you're changing. I guess you're changing your way and stuff. Is that not also one thing that maybe potentially down the line you want to say, you know what, I was wrong with this whole like, I want to have multiple girlfriends. You know what, guys, actually, let's focus on having 1 or 2. Like
the 2. That's I agree.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah,
okay.
It is what it is.
By the way, do you go for looks or personality?
Both matter. Okay. Both matter, but looks have to get you in the door. If she's not attractive, then I'm not going to care about her personality. But if she's just all looks and no personality, then why am I going to entertain a relationship with her?
I want to move on from girls. I just think this is a completely haram topic we're talking about.
Haram.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a changed man. I'm trying to look for more, my bigger purpose. And stuff like this is very trivial. And the internet likes talking about it, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to open that up.
Life is much more important than a lot of this stuff.
Recently, I heard you were talking a little bit about Islam. You were considering, I guess, becoming a Muslim.
Yeah, I've been reading the Quran and reading the Bible, and I've been learning more about the culture and everything. And people have been trying to get me to convert. I'm sure part of the rules in Islam, if you get somebody to convert, then you automatically go to heaven, correct?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are trying to get me to convert. They're like, yeah, come on. They see that I'm close, and I see that it's just the future.
But you said you're reading the Quran and the Bible, as in.
So have you finished reading the Bible?
No, I'm still reading both.
As in, okay, before this, were you atheist or were you?
I was an atheist for a long time. Yeah, I grew up Catholic. I grew up in the church. Okay. I was almost confirmed. I had 1 more year, and I know a lot about faith, but it didn't speak to me on that level. I think the Western ideology has gotten too involved in the Christian faith. If you see now, I was asking if you've seen videos like that. They have drag queens in the churches now. They're allowing things like gay pride in the church, and Taylor Swift is coming out and saying that God is gender fluid. The Pope is saying he's pro-choice. The woke mind has infected the church too much, and it's difficult for me to take it seriously when you see that there's drag queens running around the church, or when they don't stand by what they believe in. I see this all the time, like people openly disrespecting Jesus, and nobody does anything and nobody cares, and it's tolerated. So if we allow that to happen, if we prioritize the woke mind over faith, then it's not going to win. And Islam is probably, if you look strategically and you look at the way the world's going, Islam is the fastest growing religion for a reason.
Yeah, look, in that sense, I love the fact that you're looking into it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's great. I definitely love that people are looking into it. But this is something that I found upsetting. But obviously, it was definitely a younger version of you, there were videos that you weren't being as respectful to Islam.
That was taken out of context. You didn't see the context. I was actually making fun of like pride parades and stuff like that, and I was doing the prayer as a result. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful towards the Quran and toward Islam. I was actually making fun of haram behavior, and that was the response. But then people just see this is the product of TikTok. They clip it out of context.
Yeah.
They clip it and do a montage, and it just looks like I'm mocking Islam when I'm not really. I was actually mocking haram. But
Okay.
People don't really try to look into that. It's very easy to get people angry now.
Yeah, but I guess in that sense, did you not feel like, okay, that's something that specifically would really get taken out? Because it was like just that whole, you know, the way it was done, I guess, could easily be taken out.
Of course,
context.
but I trust my intentions are pure. My intentions are good, so I don't really worry about stuff like that. If I know that I have good intent, my intentions were not to mock Islam. My intentions were to mock degenerate behavior.
Okay.
So I believe in my intentions, and I know that I'm a truthful person, so that stuff doesn't really faze me.
Okay, I got some quick fire questions, which I'm going to ask. Lana's a very opinionated person, so I'm sure she's judging you right now.
No. Like, maybe a little bit with the woman part. I was just like,
What part with the women?
I mean, like this whole exercising thing.
I'm loyal to my girlfriends.
No, but like monogamy. I just like added that in.
But those are different things. Monogamy and loyalty are two different things.
I don't know. As a woman, I see trust, loyalty equates to monogamy.
Equates to loyalty, yeah.
Equates to loyalty. Like this is the thing.
Because that's your reality.
Yeah.
That's how you. That's how you're loyal to your boyfriend or your husband.
See. Like, do you not think there's guys like that exist out there like that?
That think like women? Of course. Do you want to date a
You think
girl?
that means that just thinks as a woman thing?
Anyways,
Honesty's best thing.
all right,
That's it,
listen.
guys.
We got an IQ test. We got an IQ test. Stop fighting, guys.
Okay.
All right, so obviously, this is the part of the show I like to call the IQ test. This test will determine how smart you are, regardless of what you think. I mean,
Okay,
even
go
though they're very random questions, have nothing to do with intellect, we're just going to go for it. So this is my IQ test. First question. In which city was John F. Kennedy assassinated?
It was in Texas. It was in Dallas, Texas.
Correct. 1 for 1.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. If you were born on Christmas Day, what would your star sign be?
Man, I should have listened to those astrology girls more. Well, there's a lot of speculation about what day Jesus was born, but if Christmas is December 25th, then I would be a Leo?
No.
Oh.
It's a Capricorn.
Capricorn, okay.
All right, wait. This one, I'll give you room. If you're close, you get the point.
Okay.
How many countries in the world?
It's changing all the time. It's changing all the time. Like some people they don't even consider Palestine a country. And there's revolutions happening right now. There's 187.
I'm going to give you that point because you're close. It's 195.
Whoa.
But you're within 10. You know?
But it's debatable. And if you go for different places, some people might say that these nations don't count or they're sovereign or they're not independent. You know, there's
Yeah. Next question. Who is on the US $100 bill?
Hold on.
Bro, it's $100 bill. You see it every day.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, come on. It's got to be Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
Let's go. Okay.
It has to be the big
I
Benjamin.
really didn't want to get that one wrong because they were going to call me a brokey in the comments. Oh, you don't even know what a $100 bill is? Okay. All right.
All right. Final question. All right. This is, you know this. You're talking to
I'm
me.
going to be really happy if the only one I get wrong is the astrology question.
Yeah, no, this is.
I'm happy with that. That means I have a higher IQ if I don't know astrology.
Who was assassinated on February 21st, 1965?
Malcolm X.
Congratulations.
Oh.
Four out of 5.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, you got the questions right. I mean, you did pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. The only one was the stupid Capricorn.
Are you into star signs?
No!
I genuinely
I'm trying to find Islam, man. I don't care about this witchcraft. I don't need this nonsense.
Yeah.
Look, I got the Malcolm X one right because he was part of the Nation of Islam, and then he went to Mecca. He had his Hajj.
Yo, actually, quick question. Have you ever been assaulted, attacked?
I haven't, no. I haven't had any negative interactions in public.
Really?
Hey.
I've had one. I was with Nick Fuentes, and someone threw ketchup on him at an In-N-Out.
You were there?
I was right next to him, yeah. And I got a little ketchup on my hoodie, but it was mostly on him. And they were calling him racist. It was the day after he was on a podcast saying he loves a certain world leader that people don't like.
And then they just came and threw some ketchup.
Yeah,
on
there was a guy sitting right here. So I'm sitting next to him like that, and some guy sits over there, and he's like tapping his leg like you have been the whole podcast.
Yeah, I'm very like ADHD. Like I can't.
Yeah. He's sitting like there, and he's like, and I could tell he wants to say something because it was the day after he was on Alex Jones' podcast with Ye, and they said, there's a lot of things I love about a certain world leader that will get you demonetized if I say his name. And then I look at him, I'm like, bro, do you want to say something? And he's like, yeah. You're racist. You know, I hate Nick Fuentes. You're racist. I'm like, all right, and walk away. He walks away. His wife comes over, and then they're like, you're racist, blah, blah, blah. Can I not say that word? And then he walks away, and then they throw ketchup all over you.
Okay, quick one. What's your, because I don't know if you actually spoke about this, but what's your opinion on gay people?
I mean, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. But I'm starting to see why religious people warned us about that being a slippery slope. I remember in the early 2000s when we were growing up, they were saying that when we start to allow gay marriage, then you start to invite a bunch of different sexual deviants into the world, and you've seen the results. So I think that there's a reason why you need to stick to some certain faiths. I mean, of course they can do whatever they want to do, but it's gone way too far. The next step of the woke movement is to normalize pedophilia.
And that's what I was going to say, because okay, this is the thing. There's
a crazy stat. I don't want to spread fake news, but it's something like 47 out of 48 pedophiles are gay. Then it's a slippery slope.
But let's say, for example, you saying do what you want to do. Is that not you trying to, like, I guess, don't attack me?
I'm not going to tell you if you want to do that. I'm not going to be the one to tell you. But
you think it's wrong?
I'm not saying I think it's wrong, but I think that when you start to normalize it too much in a society, that's when everything becomes a gender and things start to fall apart. And this is why the West is collapsing. This is why people like me are moving to Dubai.
But then that's what I'm saying. Why not just say it's wrong? Like, isn't that also like staying inside? Oh, if I say this, I'm going to get
well, even that word, that's a good question. That word wrong in what sense? Is it natural? I mean, biologically, no, it makes no sense. The point of sex, I said earlier in this podcast, is procreation. Yeah. So if you follow that theory, then having gay sex, it has no purpose. It is pointless. And that's actually part of the reason why I'm starting to realize that casual sex is kind of degenerate too, because it's pointless. The point of sex is to have children. Yeah. The point of sex is to do it with your wife because it's love. And so I think you can almost equate that to gay sex.
Because that's what I like. Look, this is my opinion as well. Because you know how you said you can do what you want, I guess, fine. But then if you can say, all right, well, I'm attracted to other men and I should be allowed to do this because enough people are, then why can't you say I'm attracted to underage girls and I want to be a pedophile, and then that should also be something that just is seen okay?
You're very right. When you start to tolerate everything, you stand for nothing. That's what Andrew always says.
Because I think if enough people do it, it just becomes another trend. And then, okay, now at this point, do we let it happen? Do we not? And that's what I feel like is happening now in society. It's like, well, there's so many gay people. I mean, we can't say no to it anymore. So this is a whole new wave. But then what if there's so many pedophiles? Is that okay?
No. That's where you draw the line. But I mean, being gay.
But why on certain situations?
Because being a pedophile hurts children. Being gay doesn't directly hurt anybody. That's why I think I'm not going to say, no, you can't do this.
Okay, so you're saying because they're old enough, I guess, or... But who decides this stuff? Like, okay, being gay is okay. Because what if the guy says, I'm a pedophile, and this 14-year-old girl is consenting to it?
You can't consent if you're a child to that.
But I'm saying, who puts these rules? Who said 18 is that age?
There you go. I mean, it's different in different places. Some places 16, some places 17. But overall, it should be about maturity. And it should be about physical maturity as well, emotional maturity. So, yeah, 18, but I'm not going to mess around with that because I don't want to lose my Rumble channel. I want to keep that. It's not worth it.
Rumble has limitations.
It's not worth. Yeah, Rumble, you can't be a pedophile. I can't. No, I'm not going to bring a 17-year-old on an e-date on Rumble. I mean, theoretically, I could in certain states, but I'm just not going to do it because it's just not worth the backlash. You know, some things are not worth.
Okay, I actually have a question. This is people are going to like roast me for this. They're going to attack me. All right, I'm going to take the. I know, but I'm just going to ask a question. I just want like full clarity on it. What is blue pill, red pill?
Yeah.
It's the truth and the lie, the comforting lie.
Which is the correct pill to take? Red.
I mean, it's up to you. If you look at the analogy, it's in the movie The Matrix. Morpheus offers Neo the red pill and the blue pill. The red pill, you're going to go down the rabbit hole. You're going to see how far it really goes. You're going to see what the truth is. The blue pill is the physical representation of the idea that ignorance is bliss. That you can go live in the lie. You can live in the facade. You're going to eat the steak and it's going to taste good even though it's all fabricated. You get to live in the... Someone else is going to go and tell you what the world is and lie about it. Because they don't want everybody to know the truth. If everybody knew the truth, if everybody knew what was really going on and who was pulling the strings, then we would all go insane. So the blue pill is just the comforting lie that the governments care about us, that the elites care, that everything is fair, that people with the most amount of money are good people when it's not. The red pill is that things are corrupt, the governments lie to you, and they want to keep you controlled. So people can decide which one to take.
Actually, I have a question that they're talking about this. What do you think happens to us when we die?
I don't know. I think that I like to think that there's a heaven and hell. Obviously, I know just as much as you. I have no idea, but I like to believe that you are rewarded for the good deeds you've done and you are punished for the bad deeds you've done.
Because in that sense, does all of this ever matter if we're going nowhere? Because that's and I guess that's where religion comes in. Because if we're fighting so much of, who's the Matrix, who's controlling us? If we're gonna die, and that's it, why should we care?
This is where religion comes in. This is why religion is necessary for people to function.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Because look, have you not noticed in everything in life there's an equal and opposite force?
Yeah.
Literally in everything. Like you have the sun, you have the moon. You have a negative, you have a plus.
But then if we really believe that, why are we not spending our entire time on this earth trying to be the best person, good person, give back, be kind to people? And honestly,
I'm trying to do that. Are you not?
Look, to an extent, I think we all are. But to an extent, I think humans are very selfish people. I don't think that you necessarily are the kindest human. And I don't think I am either. I think you do a lot of things.
The effort is there.
Definitely. We all want to self-improve.
But nobody's giving it like 200%.
Like no one's giving it 100%.
And
I think,
you know what I mean? Like, literally when if you can see the door open in front of you, I feel like then people will run to.
I think we all need that self-motivation. Look, I'm not a person to talk about me being the best human being. I have cars, Rolls Royce, Lambo. If I was a very great human being, I should sell all of those, do more charity, and be the best person I possibly could be. I think all of us, to an extent, content. Obviously, you're trying to make money too, right?
We still want a bit of the world benefits, and we want to do everyone wants best of both worlds.
Well, I don't really think you need to think that as a selfish act. Look, you're happier because you have these things, and that gives you the capabilities to do more nice things because you're happier and you're content with your life.
Yeah.
If you weren't as happy and you didn't have fruits of your labor, you didn't have rewards, and you didn't earn these things, then you'd be less likely to go and give charity.
Yeah.
So it's not all selfish. You got to think. I think that you're giving it your effort every single day. We do selfish things, but it's all part of it. If you don't reward yourself, then you're not going to go and want to help other people as well.
But the thing is, I feel like if there's a moment in time that, let's say, like God says, give up everything now. And like once you die, let's say you're going to die in 10 years and you'll guaranteed to go to heaven.
But that's what I think.
That's
but
the
that's
thing.
In religion.
It's so difficult for people to step out of that. You know what I mean?
But in religion,
that's
that's exactly what faith is. They're saying that you should do it with the faith. Because obviously, if you tell someone, hey, give me for example, we'll say money terms, give me 1,000, I'll give you 10,000 back. If you know that's the case, you're always going to do it. And in faith, be a good person, I'm going to reward you with heaven. Of course we're going to do it. It's about having faith that that's going to happen without knowing the other side.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is so important in religion. It's like, be good. You don't know. It could come rewarding. It could just be absolutely worthless.
But the signs are always there. I've noticed that. Like every time.
What signs have you seen recently?
Like there was this one year, like freaking 2022. Like I had lots of ups and downs. Like I was going through a lot of depression. I was not feeling good. And then obviously the other thing which I'm not really proud of, I got a bit distant from my faith during that year as well. I'm a type of girl that prays regular, and so people always judge me. They look at me like based on whatever content on it. They're like, she's like crazy girl, this, that. But I don't want to talk about, but since you asked, yes, now, like I think towards the end of 2022, something happened to me. I became unwell. I ended up in hospital. And then, like when you feel like you're about to die, like I was just like, I started praying like never before. I was just like praying, asking God, please, like, give me my health back. Yeah, like, please, like I'm really trying to be good. And I swear from that first prayer, the next day, my life turned around. Like, I'm not going to say what happened, but literally a miracle happened. And I felt so like, it's like a sign from God. And I was like, yo, just that one prayer, I asked God for something. I don't want to go into detail. The next day, he gave it to me.
Do you believe in God right now?
I do.
So right now, yeah.
And I think that the biggest step for me to get out of atheism was just that, look, the reason that you were able to go and find him was that leap of faith that you took. Having that belief, even if it's not real, having that belief saved your life. And that's strong enough for, I think, everybody listening to go and follow that. It's really what holds everybody together. It gives you the purpose that you need. Without it, life is meaningless.
Yeah.
I actually want to ask you a few last questions I have. Right now in your life, would you say you're happy? Genuinely, are you happy?
Of course. Of course. I have to be. There's no other mindset that I want to entertain. I think that's the only way to think about life, is that I'm happy, but it's always working towards that. You know, I don't want to be in a mindset. I've been depressed before too. And that's when I have negative thoughts. I get negative thoughts and I push them out immediately. As soon as I start to go to that dark place, I immediately know I got this. I need to do the right thing. And I analyze, like, why am I even having these thoughts? And I'm like, I need to work on that. I don't allow myself to ever be in that state anymore. I'm a big proponent of mental hypnosis and how powerful words are. Yeah. Like, just now we were in the desert, and then someone who's there, Carlos, said, well, I'm really happy we all went here. I'm glad we all came here today. And those words have power, because sometimes you just feel like you're walking through life and it's meaningless and it's stupid. But then the fact that we could all gather together and someone's like, I'm happy we all came here. That moment has power now. I'm going to remember it. There's meaning behind this.
It's all about the small moments, the small happinesses that you find in day to day.
But that's a testament to how powerful words are. Like, showing a moment of appreciation, even though it's all guys there and sometimes it could be corny, but just him actually sharing that feeling with other people. It's like, yeah, I'm glad I came here too. And then it makes everything else worth it, like pushing out those negative thoughts, deciding to get up in the morning, decided to go and be there today and to spend your time doing that. It's like, this is why life is worth living, for these reasons. So I don't allow myself to ever entertain anything else than happiness.
That's what I say, or I guess a lot of Muslims say, Alhamdulillah. Have you heard that?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Like, praise God.
Yeah, thank God, praise God. It's like every day, like I say, Alhamdulillah, like, thank God I'm having a great life.
And that word has power. Like, when you say it, that's why I like a lot of these words, like inshallah or mashallah. Yeah. Like, you can feel, it makes you feel better when you say it.
Yeah, honestly, every single day I wanted to ask you about this, because let's say there's been times in my life where I've really grinded, done a lot, and then you get, I guess, all the success, money, and then you're like, yo, I still feel, I guess, to a certain extent empty, you know? And I guess that's because you're chasing the wrong things in certain times. Like, if you're working just to make a bunch of money and act cool and stuff, you're like, okay, well, this is pointless.
So what are you chasing right now?
Right now, to be honest, my main thing is just, I definitely just want to, and I've said this and I've got completely attacked on it. Right now, I just want to be in a very financially stable point in my life where I don't need to do anything that I don't like for money. But also just happy family, good friends, and just a healthy life. That's genuinely the three things that I need. Just a very good family, good relationship, good friends. That's all I need to be happy. And the money part, I just say, I want, like I've said this before, I want to make shit tons of money. I want crazy money. The reason I say that is I just don't want to be in a situation where I let anyone down. I always want my family to be good. I want my friends to be good. My relationship.
You don't want money to ever be a problem again.
Exactly. So I've said this before. I want a shit ton of money, a lot of money. And people are like, oh, why do you want so much money? I'm like, trust me, the world we live in is expensive. There's going to be times where, like you said, if the Matrix is trying to take over, things get expensive, right? So I think money is definitely something that gets you out of certain situations.
Do you have any vices? I wonder about this a lot, especially hyper-religious people, because sometimes it's like, bro, I need to do this to appreciate the work I've done. You know, I used to smoke weed a lot. I party sometimes. I still drink too. Do you have any vice, anything that to step away from the constant work and to step away from your purpose?
Honestly, I don't really. I've actually genuinely thought about it, but look, I've never smoked. So I've never done any sort of drugs.
You don't play video games? You don't?
Yeah, I mean, look, video games. I go out with friends. I try and take a drive. I'm genuinely a very introvert person. I like being alone. I like driving my car alone, I'll just go in my thoughts. That's what I do. It sounds weird to a lot of people, but
Yeah, I'm like that too.
I
I just
genuinely
take
like,
for a drive.
like my sister, like, by the way, she's the most, like, in the Middle East world, she's the most judged person because her outfits are a bit more revealing than other people. Not crazy, but as in, like, for them, it's like, oh, you're a girl on the internet. It's very wrong, you know? So, but she stays at home.
Yeah.
And I know that. Like, I tell her, yo, you need to be in a relationship, you know? Like, just, you know, it's time. But as in, I think people are very judgmental in this world and whatever, but...
That's the internet. You can't read the comments too much. You can't really buy into
and
that.
the crazy thing is, I always say this. On the internet, the people that talk about loyalty are normally the cheaters. The people that talk about how
I
rich,
just said that too, and you didn't
Yeah.
believe me. But
the people that talk about how rich
Like-
they are, and they're
Or
normally the
brokies.
people that are broke or either trying to take
people
your money.
overcompensate with their words.
Exactly. And
Like
it's,
I've seen a girl like I knew that said, "I hate people that talk about other people," and I was like,
That's
Yo,
what you do.
That's what you do."
In that sentence, that's
and
what
I
you're
was
doing.
like, bro,
Yeah.
how
In that
could you
sentence
even
alone.
say that?
but I hate that because also it annoys me because like you said, let's say certain people like you that might come and try and talk a bit more rationally. They might be like, all right, well, you're wrong, and look at Mr. Angel over here. He's so much nicer than you. And it annoys me. But then I think maybe somewhere down the line there is something good that might come out of it. Because I've been in that. Remember when I was talking about dislikes? I used to get a lot of dislikes because people disagreed with a lot of things I used to say, do, etc., etc. But I don't know. I feel like the internet is just full of shit, basically. You know, people talking about loyalty when they're the most unloyal. And then in a certain extent, like you saw, there was a YouTube era where it's like all these crying apologies and everyone being super emotional to try and get people to believe them. And I'm like,
There's a lot of actors
I
out
can't
there.
do that. You know, right now, what I bought, I actually might as well just bring it. It's in the house. It's called a tear stick.
Or there's something that can help you fake cry.
Yeah, it's like can you go bring that?
so
It's
you-
actually a thing.
So you can apply it right under your eye. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you can put it right under your eye. Like, I guess it makes you... I haven't used it. I just ordered it from
Now,
Amazon.
bro, I'm scared to use
because
that.
I've seen all these fake cry videos. I'm like, how did they do it?
Maybe they use that.
I genuinely want to know, how did they fake cry?
Have you heard of that?
That's why you bought it?
I wanted to see what it is because I still saw making a video
What
about
did
it.
you do? What are you going to make an apology video about?
No, I'm so sorry for interviewing Sneako. It was so wrong. The guy is horrible. Sneako is a horrible guy. Don't listen to him. Sheds a
bro?
tear, you know?
No, but that shit, I don't know.
But then it's like, how'd you like differentiate? Because I remember there's a whole culture of that. Like I remember there's people doing diss tracks to each other. The girl goes out crying or the guy starts crying. It's just like wild.
How do I do? I don't really care that much anymore. I think that for anybody watching, the best thing to do is just realize what the internet is, that people like to talk a lot. And you can't really pay too much attention to the nonsense. If you do the right thing, then you don't have anything to worry about. You don't need to worry about how people are going to perceive you that much. If you know you're doing the right thing, you know if you have good intentions, then there's nothing that anybody's going to say that's going to phase you or steer you off your journey. As long as you know you're doing the right thing, that's what matters.
I actually want to see if you are you at any point, and definitely you say no to it, are you ever going to shave your head fully?
I have no plans to do that.
What if I paid you right now to shave your head?
Is that what she's bringing? She's bringing a razor instead of the tear thing?
No. But theoretically, if I said so, I think that'd be a great ending to a podcast.
How much?
Bro, you haven't.
How much would it take for you to shave your head? Come on, don't do me like
Give
that.
me an offer.
I'm gonna just be cheap and say $1,000.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, look, people do it for free. $1,000, you shave your head right now, and we just call it a day.
Well, I just said I would never do it. I'm not going to go change my mind over $1,000.
All right, fine. How much would it take you to shave your head?
I thought you were about to say 20.
$20,000?
Yeah, I thought you were about to say 20.
You would do that?
Sheesh.
Yeah. I'm not paying you $20,000.
I would shave my head for 20,000.
He was thinking.
All right, let's try this. All right, this is what you call a tear stick. I want you to use it and just
And
give us-
apologize for saying
for-
the wrong things on YouTube about the election.
And I think YouTube might take you back.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if this works. I have no idea. I've
Where
never
is
used
he
it.
supposed to put it
I
under
guess
his
right
eye?
under your eyes.
Oh, this is going to be the thumbnail now.
Yeah, this is going to be the ending of the video thumbnail.
Sneako apologizes.
Sneako apologizes. He wants to be back on YouTube.
You just stick it on your face?
No, I guess I rub it
Just
right
rub it
underneath.
under your eye.
I watched a video. That's all they did. I've never used this
He's
product in
gonna
my
start
life.
crying from now.
It smells like icy hot. This is like
Yeah.
when you put your ball on your balls. Like,
What?
to go, yeah.
I mean,
Before
I
you-
thought they'd make it out of onions or something.
You thought this is a stick of onions?
I guess or something like those same
It
chemicals.
doesn't smell like onions.
It smells like icy hot.
Put it on both eyes. We need a...
You really want that thumbnail, huh?
Sneako apologize. What are you going to apologize to me about? It's like, yo, imagine just like...
Do you think this is actually gonna
I
work?
don't know. Is it working?
Yeah. I think it is.
Is it? Can I try? Is it actually working, or is this like some complete nonsense? I guess you need to put a lot of it. Oh, whoa! It is.
It's working.
Oh my god.
Am I crying?
No,
Yo, you
you're-
need to put more.
you're
Trust
not.
me, it works.
Bro, he put
I
enough.
put a lot, man.
Yo, it actually is like it's tearing me up. Just give it a minute, guys. We need an apology. Just
It
think,
takes a minute to work.
just think about your apology and just look dead in the camera and apologize. Like
forgive you,
serious.
Mo.
Bro,
I forgive you.
I'm honestly sorry about everything. It takes some time to work though. This is absolute garbage. Yeah, that ain't working.
I'm so close. I can't do it.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much, Sneako. I think those are all my questions. Honestly, I'm tearing up right now ending this
Wait,
video.
you're tearing up.
I'm honestly
How
tearing
it
up.
didn't work on you?
Yo,
I'm just hard, man. Can't be phased.
honestly, it's been an amazing episode. I don't want to cry. It's just been so emotional with Sneako. But thank you, honestly, Jenny. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
I'm close. I see. I'm not getting there at all. This is hot as shit.
I'm crying. I am crying right now.
What the hell, bro?
This burns.
What is this?
Oh my god. You got me and Sneako crying on stream right now? Oh my god. Yo, I'm so sorry, bro. Alright, that's a wrap. Thank you guys. Subscribe. Go check out Sneako on Rumble. What platforms are you on right now? Where can they see you?
Instagram and Twitter at Sneako, rumble.com/Sneako, and thecreativitykit.com. I'll see you.
And guys, break the matrix. Oh jeez, I'm crying. I'm actually crying. Look at this. Yo, you're kind of crying. It's not as much as me though. I'm tearing up.